The saying goes, the older get wiser. However, in this case, a 90-year-old woman discovered she was being embezzled out of thousands of dollars. In Montclair County, according to Michigan Attorney General Dana Nessel, the 3 people who were charged with the embezzlement of the 90-year-old woman in Montclair have now been sentenced. Judge Ronald Sheffer has sentenced Terry Miller to 57 months to 15 years on account of embezzlement between $50,000 to $100,000, as well as 14 months to 5 years on a separate count. Terry will serve 71 consecutive months of incarceration. The court ordered the trio to pay a sum of over $1,000 in restitution to the victim's estate.
In Carlton, members of a biker club.
Michigan State University drops the mask mandate on their campus. According to the Michigan State University community letter, the drop of the mask requirement comes after Michigan State's spring break. The mandate is still in place for classrooms and research spaces. Other schools seem to be following MSU's lead. The University of Michigan announced in the press release that as of yesterday, masks are now optional for indoor spaces. Central Michigan University continues to enforce their mask mandate on campus. News Central will keep you updated on what changes may come to CMU's campus. In 2021, when news shocked Central students when a man from the Hills opened fire at a party in Deerfield, causing injuries. Now, a year later, he has been sentenced to 10 years in prison, according to the Morning Sun. It was Kenneth Wayne Thomas Jr., 22, who crashed a party at Deerfield Village with 3 friends on April 24, 2021. After being kicked out for fighting, Thomas retrieved a pistol-shaped AK-47 and fired 3 times in the apartment, hitting 2 different people. Tyler Bunting and CMU football player Jonathan Keller were both hospitalized and recovered from separate injuries. Judge Eric Janes presided over the sentence and called the trial a senseless crime. The deal that settled Thomas pleading guilty found him dropping 2 accounts of assault with attempt to murder. A traffic stop turns deadly after a Grand Rapids police officer shoots a man fleeing the scene. According to a press release from the city of Grand Rapids, the officer was working alone at the time when he pulled over a vehicle. The driver then ran from the vehicle, resulting in an on-foot chase. An altercation took place in between the driver and the officer that lasted several minutes. During this altercation, the officer fired his weapon, resulting in the driver dying from his injuries. The Grand Rapids Police Department Chief Eric Wenstrom says he will be making his efforts to contact the driver's family as well as the officer's family, saying that this is a traumatic event for everyone. And if you're looking to get that foot tapping, a Boston Brass, a jazz band that plays classical music, will perform tonight at the Staples Center at CMU from 7:30 to 8:30.
Possible.
So thank you so much for coming in today. Out of the 6 things on the platform, what do you consider most important and plan to prioritize?
Oh, wow, that's a really difficult question. I would say, of course, they're all priorities for me.
Them come here today to shed light on certain topics and their position.
Representing the group, we have President Taylor Idema and Vice President Natalie Brandt. Thank you both for coming in today. We are glad to be joined by Seraphine, who is the Artist Relations Manager, and Rain, who is the President of More Media Records. Thank you both for joining us.
Thanks for having us. Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. Now, for those who
Labor.
All right, so a big concern for students on campus now is commuter parking. This is something on your platform as well. What is your plan to address these concerns on the lack of commuter parking?
Yeah, so first I kind of just want to touch.
Recently, there have been student concerns about an increase to parking prices and ticket fees with the lack of student parking on campus. However, in recent years, we've seen a rise in condemning old residence halls for newer housing units instead of parking for the students already here. How do these factors affect your plans for accessibility for lower parking prices?
Yeah, for sure. We recognize that.
We also find the bands for the show.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much, Rain and Seraphine, for joining us today. And be on the lookout for More Media Records sampler album and their upcoming release show.
we're also going to go to break after this. But Aaron, before we go, please tell me this is not an April Fool's joke. Are we going to be seeing football on Easter Sunday?
Yes, we're going to be seeing football on Easter Sunday. So, Tyler, it's not a late April Fool's joke. So, plus a look into the NBA play-in tournament that starts tonight, and Mount Pleasant High School baseball and softball starts up as well. And I'll have that for you after the break. Don't miss it.